FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
The first great idea, it seems to me, came, or at least that I want to talk about. I don't want to say this is the first great idea he had. First one I want to talk about is the public letter. Everybody knows a little bit about the public letters. You know a few quotations. Most people know something about the famous letter to Horace Greeley. And that's where it all begins. Lincoln was, in his administration, was in the doldrums in 1862. And he really wanted to do something that would start to affect public opinion. All through the 50s, he talks about the importance of public opinion. He's trying to create a new party. And he keeps telling his party members, public opinion is everything. If we can change public opinion just a little bit, then we can change government by that much. He's very much concerned that you can't really do anything against public opinion. And this is what's wrong with the abolitionist approach. So try to shape public opinion if you can. So Lincoln, administration is in the doldrums. The military situation is terrible in summer of 1862. He gets this idea that this is the time to proclaim emancipation as a military measure. And he tells his cabinet, this is what I want to do. And they say, well, okay, if you want to do it, but it's going to be unpopular. It's going to cost us the next election. But you sure shouldn't do it until we have a victory, because we're just getting beat all over the place. So while he's waiting for a victory to come along, which doesn't come along until September, so it's August, and he sits somebody down and reads them something he's written. This is also another thing that he always does. He always wants to hear it. He's orally engaged in the language. He sits them down to read, and so they're pondering, how would I get this before the public? And they open the newspaper, and lo and behold, Horace Greeley, this ill-tempered editor who's supposed to be a supporter of Lincoln but who is always criticizing him, has a long, rambling editorial against Lincoln, scolding him. And so Lincoln writes a little introduction paragraph, and he publishes this little piece that he'd already written ahead of time. And you all know how it goes. It's the one that goes, I would save the Union. My paramount object in this struggle is to save the Union. It's not either to save or destroy slavery. If I could save the Union without freeing any slave, I would do it. If I could save it by freeing all the slaves, I would do it. And if I could free it by freeing some and leaving others, I would also do that. This last part is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to proclaim emancipation, but only in the parts of the country that are in rebellion. So this won't free any states, any slaves in loyal states. So immediately he is ridiculed in the newspapers. This is unprecedented. Presidents don't do this. Emerson says in his diary, responding to letters to editors just cheapens yourself. It's another evidence that Lincoln doesn't know what he's doing. He's the wrong guy for the job. But this letter is written in this kind of crisp, lean prose that you can almost repeat it after you've read it the first time. And of course, it's a presidential letter. It's on the front pages of the newspapers. Everybody reads it and argues about it. And finally, when you shake it all out, it has a good effect.